What's going on, Raider Nation? Coach here talking about this game in Kansas City that really awful. And by the way, I've turned down the quality on this camera. It's the same camera I've been using. I just turned it down because it takes a long time to upload. I got to get this up as fast as I can, so quality has been turned down for that reason. Before you all start flipping, the Raiders got destroyed today, and there was no excuses. Absolutely no excuses today. Most of this is on Todd Downing. Water is wet. The defense played well enough to win. The stats are going to tell you otherwise, but I think they were on the field too much, and that's mostly because of the offense. So if you start looking at all the numbers and you're going to say the defense was terrible, it's because they were fatigued or they were playing too much. Yeah. But also, I'd say, besides Todd Downing, some of this was on Derek Carr. There were some throws he made that were just not there. Just not there at all. And that it wasn't where it needed to be. I was not impressed with the big game. They weren't ready. They looked like a team that wasn't prepared at all. And here's the thing, guys. The Jets came into that stadium a week ago and scored 38 points. The Jets. We're talking about the New York Jets, guys. There's no excuses. This Todd Downing and everyone has just continued to regress, and it's been the same since that Week 3 game in Washington. We have nothing more. Really, I have nothing more to say on this game than that. I mean, the Chiefs were cold coming into this, and they looked a lot more prepared. I mean, you just cannot trust Todd Downing no matter how talented this Raiders offense is. It's not coming together. And no matter what they do, even if they finish and win out and go 9-7, you can't trust Todd Downing. And I'm not going to trust him for the rest of this year. So it was a disgraceful first half, and it just kind of continued to the second half. They almost got shut out, and so on, and whatever else you want to say. Maybe I'm just happy I wasn't at this game like last year. This one wasn't even close. It was not close from the start. It was over after the first quarter. You could make an argument. So yeah, here's the thing. I talked about how I had a conspiracy theory on why Todd Downing is there and not Musgrave. Well, hear me out. Well, first of all, I don't believe that the offensive line didn't trust Carr and that whole thing in Washington. There was a lot of things about that, and I don't buy that. I do think there was divide in the locker room, but I don't think the offensive line wasn't protecting him on purpose. My conspiracy theory is that last year, Derek Carr got hurt, as we all know, and Bill Musgrave did not run the ball enough, supposedly on paper. You see the Mark Davis reaction in the booth. He was pretty much mad, and it felt like he was mad that Bill Musgrave didn't run the ball more. The game against the Colts was not over. It was still within reach, and the Raiders obviously passed the ball and ended up being a nasty tackle and all that. We all know the play that happened. So I think Mark Davis is saying run the ball, and that's what probably pissed off Mark Davis, and I think he had more of a hand and a say in letting Musgrave go and promoting from within. So I do think this whole season is on Mark Davis for letting Musgrave go, promoting from within with Todd Downing. Maybe he got cheap about it. Maybe he didn't want to spend on a coordinator. But that's what I feel, is that Mark Davis put his fingers on this coaching staff and actually took off Musgrave as a result. He was so mad over the Carr injury. Which brings me to another point. I still hate Mark Davis. I know I'm going to be a fan of this team no matter what, but Mark Davis you got to hate what's happened, and that deserves a middle finger of my own to him. So, yeah, season, it's not mathematically over, but this team is not good enough. It's mediocre. They're just there. Okay, that's all they are. They're just a mediocre team, and they're not going anywhere if Todd Downing is the offensive coordinator. As I said, this team had no excuses today when I expected a competitive game, and it wasn't. So, I don't know what y'all think. I mean, not a throwing game at all. I'm not having any expectations the rest of this year. I expected the defense to be terrible and the offense to at least be good, but it's the opposite. And when games don't make sense like this, it's really bad. We'll see you guys later.